Hello, guys, and happy December! Today I'll be talking about why Christmas in the Philippines is super festive, as well as some of our traditions and popular holiday food. And on the nutrition side, I'll also share some health pitfalls that tend to come around this season and ways to get around it. So if you're interested, do stick around until the end of this video. The one tradition that probably sets us apart the most from other countries is that we start celebrating Christmas as early as September. When September 1 rolls around, we suddenly feel our spirits lift. It's kind of like coming out of the gloomy rainy season, which was from June to August, and then suddenly feeling happy and ready to celebrate the rest of the year. We start hearing hints of Christmas music, a bit of lights and decor here and there. People are just that excited for the Burr months. To us, it's already our cold season, but cold is of course subjective. Living in a very tropical country, 25 degrees is already a luxury for us. So when it's that cold, we really appreciate it. Then by the end of October, we give a bit of way for Halloween for families who celebrate it. Then by November, that's when all the gatherings start. Reunions, marketing events, Christmas activities. Because there are just so many, we've learned to spread them out across 2 months so that December doesn't feel too insane. Traffic is also a setback here, at least in the city. So at this point, most of us are just fed up with it and we're like, you know what, let's work around it, plan our gatherings ahead of time, avoid being stuck on the road for too long during the Christmas rush. It's just more practical and less stressful that way. Some of the really cool Christmassy events we have here are tree lighting ceremonies or light shows. Different hotels, malls, establishments, even offices light up their Christmas trees and make a big event out of it. Homes also start putting up their Christmas trees around this time. Then there are, of course, paroles everywhere. These are Filipino star-shaped lanterns which represent hope and the Star of Bethlehem. We also have Christmas bazaars. I guess that's our version of Christmas markets. You'll find them in malls, villages, commercial areas. Businesses, both small and big, really boom around this time because everyone's just looking for gifts, and being a community-oriented country, we like to support fellow business owners. It's a generous season and always a good seasonal opportunity for local businesses. Office parties are also a sure thing, and it's always a highlight. It's the end of the year and the stress from work is starting to lift a bit. Office parties would have things like newbie performances. Newbies are the ones that join the company within that year and are forced to perform at the Christmas party. There would be raffles and awards being given out, people getting drunk and uninhibited, although maybe not so much the younger generation anymore. Christmas parties with friends are also scattered here and there. It would be either dinner and drinks in a restaurant or potluck in someone's house. One of the most popular Christmas foods we have here is what we call lechon or roast pig. When there's lechon, it's usually the star of the spread. It represents abundance and fiesta energy. And I have to admit, it is really good. If it's a good quality lechon, the skin would be very crunchy and the meat would be juicy and flavorful. It's definitely not an everyday dish. It's got a lot of saturated fat and sodium in there. And of course, vegetarians and vegans would pass on this. But I would say that it's a cultural thing for special occasions just as much as it's enjoyed by many. Another very Filipino Christmas food would be queso de bola. This is a round cheese with a red wrapper around it, which we serve with pandesal or just eat on its own. Then there's hamon, which is a Filipino-style holiday ham. It's typically sweet and smoky and glazed with pineapple or sugar. Some Filipino households would also serve dishes like fruit salad, chicken macaroni salad, barbecue, or a sweet-style spaghetti with lots of cheese and hot dogs. For desserts, we have our traditional kakanin, which is a range of delicacies made with glutinous rice, coconut milk, and sugar. Here you'll find suman with coconut jam, kuchinta, puto bombong, and my personal favorite, pico. We also have bibingka. This is our iconic rice cake lined with banana leaves. Sometimes we top it with salted egg, cheese, and butter so it has that salty, indulgent element to it. It actually ranked as the 13th best cake in the world by Taste Atlas in 2022. And another one of my favorites is leche flan, which is our version of a creme caramel with a super smooth custard base and a thin layer of caramel sauce. So good. Now, of course, these foods are not the case for everyone in the Philippines. It really varies per household. The Philippines is also heavily influenced by different countries, especially when it comes to food. So for Christmas, some would opt for different cuisines, maybe some fusions, and other appetizers like a charcuterie spread, or mains like roast chicken, baked salmon, or steak. Now, back to the traditions. During parties, it's also sometimes a fun little tradition to have secret Santas, where we draw names maybe a week before the party to see who will play Santa for and buy a gift for based on a given budget. Now, aside from parties, what's also common here are Christmas charities and outreach programs. Filipinos have a naturally bayanihan spirit, and since it's a season of giving, there are groups who make the initiative to bring some cheer to the less privileged. It could be a food donation drive, a Christmas party with gifts, really anything. You can partner with a public school or an orphanage and then set it up together. Another tradition. Starting December 16 to December 25, there's what we call Simbang Gabi. This is a 9-day series of masses in anticipation of Christmas. Not everyone does this, it's more of an optional thing. It's usually held wee hours of the morning, like 5 a.m. before the sun rises. Then afterwards, families will have something to eat as a treat and another way to bond. Some also have their Simbang Gabi masses the night before, like an anticipated mass. Then the main event finally happens on Christmas Eve up to Christmas Day, from December 24 to 25. On the 24th, we typically have our Noche Buena. We have dinner with family, stay up till midnight, open gifts. Then come Christmas Day, we continue the celebration with lunch or whatever traditions each family has. It really depends per family what they do. Especially when you're married, you have this setup where you spend time with your family one day and then with your in-laws on the next. Then the holiday mode pretty much stays on all the way up to New Year's Eve. Then it's another round of celebrations up to New Year's Day. So yes, the Christmas season is 4 months here, from September to December, and sometimes even January for those who have a hard time getting over it. It's really the most wonderful time of the year, but it's probably the season with the most potential health pitfalls. For one, there's literally more food everywhere. Parties, food bazaars, malls, social media, everywhere. And when it comes to trying to eat healthy, environment is everything. It can be very hard to resist the rows of kakanin on a bazaar table next to the Christmas cookies, or the endless buffets of indulgent lasagna, fried chicken, or lechon. And because our senses are so awakened and our cravings for instant dopamine are activated at this time, we start eating little bits of everything. Then that leads to huge amounts of everything. Our moderation becomes more excessive than usual. And at the same time, we become too busy and preoccupied with holiday stuff to work out. We've completely switched on vacay mode. And despite having this vacay on switch, maybe we're still pretty stressed out with our full calendars. Stress triggers hunger hormones, making us want to eat more. Same goes with lack of sleep, which can also happen during the holidays. So our routines basically get disrupted. These scenarios are really common during the holidays, so ideally we just be aware of it and try to take control with some simple and sustainable actions. First, have a good morning habit. Whatever you did the night before, however late you slept, the next morning is always a new opportunity. So start it with a high note. Keep it simple. What I do now when I wake up is drink half a liter of water mixed with a scoop of collagen powder, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice prepped the night before. This is just to make sure that I get ample hydration, fiber, protein, collagen, and vitamin C once I wake up. Then I would add on a super simple breakfast, a Greek yogurt bowl with honey, frozen berries, peanut butter, and cinnamon. That adds more protein, fiber, and healthy fats. So at the very least, when you wake up, start the day with hydration, protein, and fiber to give your body the nutrients it needs to power through the day. Second, before going to a holiday party, don't starve yourself. Don't save calories, as this usually backfires. If you arrive at a party famished, you will likely want to eat everything you see at the dinner table. Whereas if you arrive with a normal-sized appetite, you will have more mental control over what you'll choose to eat. Third, for big meals, aim to have at least 1 lean protein and 1 veggie on your plate. Then you can enjoy small portions of special holiday food around it if you wish. As long as you have a protein and a veggie as your anchors, these can help fill you up, stabilize your sugar cravings, and reduce overeating. Fourth, choose your indulgences, aka your desserts, with intention. In a party, scan the options. Ask yourself, what do I really want right now? Pick 1 or 2, take a small amount, and skip the rest. You've tried those before, you know how they taste like. You don't need to eat everything just because it's there. Fifth, if you'll be drinking alcohol, moderate and hydrate intentionally. 1 alcoholic drink, 1 glass of water. Stop drinking way before your limit. Alcohol also leads to overeating, which you don't want. Sixth, if you can't stick to a fitness program during the holidays, try to maintain some micro-movement. The best micro-movement is having a 10-minute walk after a meal. It gets your muscles moving, improves your digestion and energy, so much better than passing out on the couch right after eating. Seventh, sleep in for as much as you can, at least 7 hours every night. And lastly, enjoy the season without spiraling. The point of the holidays is to be present with loved ones, savor the moment, and drop the obsession or guilt. One heavy meal or off day won't ruin your health. There's no need to turn a small slip into a full holiday spiral. If you overdid it, bounce back the next day with your normal routine, your healthy morning habit, protein and fiber-rich meals, micro movement. No punishment, just a gentle reset. Hope these helped. If you're watching from the Philippines, please feel free to shout out below which traditions and food are on point with you. And to those watching from other countries, I'd love to know if you share any of the same traditions or which special ones you have in your homes. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos on nutrition, culture, wellness, and motivation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.